Hello, I'm probably Andrew Heaton, and you're watching Mostly Weekly, probably. In a new poll between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Harambe, 5% of Americans chose Harambe. Okay, now the first major drawback to this is Harambe is a dead gorilla. As you'll recall, Harambe was the ape zookeeper shot when a kid fell into his cage. Again, polling at 5%. When Trump and Clinton were stacked up against third-party candidates Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, Jill Stein took 2% and Gary Johnson took 6%. Libertarians, now polling better than a dead gorilla. Harambe the dead gorilla is polling so well because in no recent memory have we had two major party candidates this unpopular. This hasn't happened since Richard Nixon ran against Cthulhu.
10 soldiers and Nixon coming, we're finally on our own.
Now, I have not officially endorsed anybody for president yet because so far, none of the presidential candidates have responded to my official request for an ambassadorship. But I'll just say this. If Gary Johnson were to make Harambe the gorilla Secretary of the Interior, I would probably go for that over the current options of Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and suicide. Now, if you, beloved home viewer, think you're throwing your vote away on a third-party candidate, good news, I have a counter suggestion for you. None of the above. On every ballot, there should be the registered candidates, but there should also be a none of the above option. If good old NODA wins, the election is forfeited and the established candidates are taken out. To dinner, and then hunted. For sport. Now, for the record, on a presidential ballot, we don't need a none of the above option. If you hate Donald Trump and you hate Hillary Clinton, you can still vote for Gary Johnson, who's basically a Republican plus sanity. Or for Jill Stein, who's like a combination of Bernie Sanders and Fern Gully. Plus, once a politician is entrenched, they're harder to remove than a barnacle. Cthulhu was governor of South Dakota for 20 years. He was a good governor, but still. This guy's William Burke. He lives in New York, but he's run for office in Idaho, Oregon, Wyoming, and Alaska by mail because there were no other candidates running against the incumbent. There weren't any Democrats on the ticket. When your politician is so firmly entrenched that you have to have a mail order candidate for an election, that's when a none of the above option is a good way to flush out the old guy. It's the electoral equivalent of an enema. Now, here at Mostly Weekly, we are a democracy, and that's why you can like us or like us. Hey, if you found any part of this video funny, you could subscribe to Pitt TV to see other awesome content coming out every single day, Monday through Friday.